ethical philosophy about public speaking. And just a heads up, I'd like to take your questions about presentation when I'm finished speaking. I've left a little space for you. I'll have a few tips later, and you may have questions about those tips. So get a pen and paper so you don't forget, because I am so compelling. I want to thank you for the time today, and I hope you enjoy my philosophy on enjoyable speaking. I think as speakers, we need a philosophy that is a framework for how we are performing. The future of brave stages is for game changers of all kinds, and the choice in your voice lives in your capacity to be a reliable optimist in every room. My goal with the Reliable Optimist Network movement in 2025 and beyond is to create a community platform where positivity meets ethical professionalism. Reliable optimism is a powerful tool for change. Being a credible, enthusiastic encourager is the future of leadership, activism, and motivational speaking. Misleading emotional manipulation for the almighty dollar is no longer acceptable. Audiences are demanding way more than sales, and I am here for it. Reliable optimists like me, like you, we're uplifting entire communities. This movement is more than speaking well. It's about influence that extends beyond the stage. It's about the strength of your character and your belief in audience advocacy. We are there for them, not us. We are here to inform and take them to their best selves beyond the room of the day. This is more than a philosophy to support gamified rehearsals and gig preparation. It's the start of a movement that will shape the future of ethical, enjoyable public speaking. Reliable Optimist Network, RON, as I like to call them, is more than a collection of positive thinkers. It's a community where goals, values, and ethics are aligned in an entertaining way. This strong foundation of trust and mutual respect makes it easier for RON members to expand their creativity and leverage their personalities, because we are taking the fear out of feedback. Again, reliable optimism aligns fun, goals, values, and ethics. I began preaching about reliable optimism in my 20s when I began training spokespeople in media relations. I was in crisis management, so you can imagine how hard it was to develop reliable optimism in conformist, government-y kind of speakers. I worked with law enforcement and military primarily. I have fought against fear-mongering for profit and bullpucky since the 80s. I'm going to help you go from ranter to banter today. So, a little about me. I'm the creative executive force behind Brave Stages Inc. We're training spokespeople, leadership game changers, and activists to talk way more gooder and have a darn good time doing it. Fun is fabulous. Fun is force. I've been an actress, comedian, director, and producer since the dinosaurs roamed. I came out of the womb as a high vibration and sometimes evangelical entertainer. But like a lot of people of my generation, I have been censored and I have had my personality stifled, but no longer. I combine a 30-year background in strategic communications and a specialty in media relations. I have a wealth of experience in private and public sector support to support you, your message mission on all of the broadcasting platforms. I believe in fun, gamified, confident mastery in professionals who speak so they can deliver their best performances on stage and in interviews. I've been on stages and mics since my teen years. My unique approach is rooted in gamification and neuro-inclusive learning. This ensures that every participant improves and enjoys the process. I love to see people secure their content and their performance. There's a sweet spot when people really find themselves in their rehearsals. With that in mind, I'd like to offer you a few tips for getting ready to speak with preparation or upon request, like I'm doing today. I'm using my notes. I'm still good. I'm ready to go. You can use your notes too. You aren't a robot, and sometimes we are improvising, and we have those salient points we just don't want to forget. So why not have a note? Nobody cares. Get on stage. Nobody cares. Tape it to the ground in front of you when you're speaking on a mic. Nobody cares. Everyone. Musicians have set lists. Why shouldn't speakers? And please, point number 2, please do take your quirks to work with you every day. Please have confidence in your unique and distinct personality. You need not be like everyone else. It is your market differentiation and what makes you memorable, referable, and bookable as a public speaker. Please, number 3, please respect and honor the time with your audience by rehearsing well and consistently to keep your skills fresh. Don't just rehearse before you have a gig. You need to make it a lifestyle. That's what Brave Stages Studio was all about, is hanging out with people like you, keeping it fresh. It is perfectly okay to be entertaining. Number 4, never forget number 4. It is perfectly okay to be entertaining about serious topics. You know, even Mary Poppins thought the spoonful of sugar made the medicine go down, right? Number 5, your accent is just fine when you're practicing excellence in pronunciation and articulation. We cannot jump onto North America and suddenly expect to have a generic North American accent. That has no flavor. Bring your flavor. Yeah, get your consonants and your vowels in order, but keep the beauty of your language of origin and your culture of origin. I really encourage that. I work with a lot of new Canadians here in Ottawa, our nation's capital, and they worry about that a great deal, and I don't think we need to be worrying about that. And number 6, please speak standing up whenever your set location permits, even if you're at home. Anyone who sings choir knows you're more powerful when your diaphragm has full, powerful range, right? So if I'm slouching down like this, my voice gets very little. So when I sit up straight, it's all big. So those are my tips, but I want to say that the camera is no different than a stage. It's live because you're alive, even if you're just recording. The camera requires that you enjoy your subject expertise. Why be there if you're not obsessed and a full-on geek about your topic? We hear people speak of passionate communication. So let your love and your mission quest lead your audience to success. Your message has to stay with them beyond their audience with you. If you are shy or ADHD like me, hence the notes, or just a relatively new speaker, remember this, if nothing else. Your mission quest is worthy, so don't hold back. Bigger is better. Brilliance doesn't come in beige. I'd love to spend the remainder of my time answering your questions you might have about excellence on the mic. So tell me what you fear, or ask about a technique, and I'll help you in the here and now today. And thanks again for the time. And okay, let's get going with some questions. I'm going to stop looking at my notes and come back to the camera with all of you. And who wants to go first?
Lucia, I'm going to jump in. It's Sonia. What advice do you have for people who know their content but can't find their voice, their own unique style?
I advise you to relax. If I could say anything, relax. And that's that whole part about like take your quirks to work, bring your personality. One of my best tricks is speak your content at different speeds. So that's what I do when I'm directing actors, is that they're just not getting the zhuzh in the scene, you know. I make them do it fast. I make them do it like a soap opera. I make them do it like a newscaster. Find your footing. The other thing is it's very difficult, unless you become a mouse, to hide your personality. Because when we are enjoying our topic and we are passionate about our topic, you know, get your rant on, go full geek. Your personality is going to come out. Don't be conformist. You know, someone's going to hate me for saying this, but the health and wellness community is creating conformists. They're insisting on the beige. It's the whole, you know, like we must be in this gentle little box. No, I'd rather hear you rant about good foot scrubs, quite frankly. I want people to remember that to be memorable, they must be themselves and let their weird out. You know, I'm pretty animated person, and I spent my life hearing kind of a lot. Yeah, well, that works great on a microphone and on a stage. So be who you are. And if you're a shy type, just remember it's okay to sit cross-legged on a stage and speak into your microphone in your way. If you are on the spectrum and you can't make the eye contact you desire, that's okay too, provided your diaphragm is there. Your personality will come out. We have a variety of techniques we use with people on the spectrum and ADHD in particular. We work in the STEM community a lot. Your personality is already there. You don't need to go find it. Who told you you had to go find your personality? You've had that your whole life, you know. Sonia, was that a satisfactory response to your question?
It was. Thank you. I was smiling the whole way. I appreciate that. Thank
You've
you.
got this. You're a very gentle woman, I can tell in your demeanor. So I really encourage you to stand up when you're speaking. It will bring the strength you're looking for.
Thank you. I
You're
will.
welcome. Does anybody else have a question? Please, please, please. Come on. You're not all perfect. I know you're not.
Just a comment. I really appreciate your insight and directiveness. I mean, it seems so casual, but quite frankly, you know, it's very it depends upon the audience that you're speaking to. And I really appreciate your yes sincerity about that. Thank you.
I do have a question for you guys.
All
And
right.
you can use your reactions or your hand, raise your hand or whatever. How many of you thought I was nervous while I was speaking?
I didn't think so.
I was freaking out.
Really?
My mouth is all dry. I was freaking out. I had 20 minutes to prepare. I cobbled together some crap from some brochures and stuffed it all together and just came to you with all the love I have for those of you in the room and the love of my topic.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
So, you know,
Mhm.
just because we don't look nervous doesn't mean we aren't. And
Okay.
by the way, your audience is your friend. They're not there to criticize you. It's okay to be nervous. They will support you. I'm an actress. Everything has gone wrong on stages I've been on. Props have failed. Other actors have forgotten lines and a variety of things. So sometimes we have to improv. Sometimes it's messy. But when that happens, you'll find that the audience is actually in your corner. They want you to succeed. They're patient, they're kind, and they're loving. Stage fright doesn't exist. Audience fright does. So let's dismantle that. Anyone is welcome to make an appointment with me. Let's talk about dismantling your fear of the audience, because it is not the stage you're afraid of. Does anyone have any final questions before? Oh my gosh, we're 15 minutes in. Does anyone have anything final to say before I thank you for my time? I haven't been watching the chat if there have been questions in there. I've just been like hanging out. Are we good?
Absolutely. Thank you.